the end of an illusion. The illusion that Germany could not be stopped. The illusion that victory was inevitable. In the frozen ruins of that shattered city, an entire army was lost. Not just in numbers, but in spirit. The streets had consumed them. Every building, every corner, every shadow had turned against them. And when the guns finally fell silent, there was no triumph. Only silence. Only cold. Only the realization that something had changed. But war does not end with defeat. It adapts. It learns. It prepares. Far from the ruins of Stalingrad, behind closed doors and dimly lit war rooms, a new plan began to take shape. No more house-to-house fighting. No more urban traps. This time, the battlefield would be different. Open fields, endless horizons, green land that looked peaceful, but was not. Because beneath that grass, death had already been planted. Minefields hidden under soil, anti-tank guns buried into the earth, layer after layer of defense. The Soviets were not waiting blindly. They were waiting precisely. Germany would not rely on men alone anymore. It would rely on steel. Factories roared back to life. Day and night, machines forged the future of war. Armor plates, tracks, engines, and above them, wings. Each piece built not for defense, but for domination. A new kind of force was rising. Bigger, heavier, more powerful than anything that had come before. An army not of soldiers, but of machines. And as summer settled over the land, something else settled with it. Expectation. Because in the heart of the Eastern Front, everything was about to collide. July 5th. The land breathes before impact. The morning does not begin with battle. It begins with stillness. The wind moves slowly across the fields. Tall grass bends and rises again. A wooden house creaks in the distance. Half burned, half standing. A fence lies broken, scattered across dirt carved by old tracks. A dead cow rests beside it, already stiff, already part of the land. For a moment, it feels like nothing will happen. Then, a vibration. Deep, low. Not heard, felt. Through the ground, through the air, through the chest. And then, engines. Thousands of them. The land is no longer still. It is waking up. Inside the T-34, the air is already thick. Even before the engine reaches full power. Breathing feels wrong. Too slow. Too heavy. Vasili says nothing. He listens. The metal creaks softly around him. Nikolai grips the controls too tightly. Petrov adjusts the gun. Stops. Adjusts again. Sacha holds a shell. His hands are not steady. No one speaks. But everyone knows. This will not be like before. Mihai lies low in a shallow ditch. The grass hides him, almost completely. He can hear the others, breathing, shifting. 4 men, not talking, because talking makes things real. He looks toward a house in the distance. Broken windows, collapsed roof. Something moves inside, or maybe it doesn't. He can't be sure. Nothing is clear anymore. Anton flies above it all. From here, It still looks calm. Green fields, thin smoke, scattered buildings. But the sky feels different. Too quiet. His wingman stays close. Exact distance, exact speed. 2 aircraft, 1 movement. They don't need to speak, but they both feel it. Something is about to begin. The German advance rolls forward like a wave of steel. Panthers, Tigers, Panzer IVs. Tracks tear through the earth. Grass disappears beneath them. Fences collapse. Farms are crushed without resistance. Infantry follows behind. Small figures moving in rhythm with machines. Above, aircraft surge forward, and the sky breaks open. Anton turns hard. The aircraft resists. G-force crushes into his body. His vision narrows. Edges darken. He forces himself to stay conscious. His breathing becomes shallow. Fast. Too fast. He corrects. Focuses. An enemy crosses in front of him. He fires. Short burst. Hits. The enemy jerks. Smoke trails behind. But it doesn't fall. It dives. Another aircraft appears above him. Too close. Gunfire rips past his cockpit. The sound is sharp, violent. The aircraft shakes. Anton pulls down, then up, barely avoiding the ground. For a moment, he is no longer in control. Then, he is. But just barely. Smoke rises. Another shot. Another tank gone. The column does not slow, because slowing means becoming the target. The house is not empty. The movement was real. A German soldier steps into the doorway. Too close. Mihai fires. The recoil hits his shoulder. The soldier drops. But then, gunfire from the side. One of his squad collapses. Another tries to move, falls. Now, they are fewer. Defense activates. Trap springs. The ground explodes. Mines detonate beneath advancing tanks. Tracks are torn apart. Vehicles halt. Then, anti-tank fire. Hidden positions reveal themselves. Precise. Controlled. Shells strike armor. Some tanks burn instantly. Others keep moving. Because they must. Distance collapses. No more control. From hundreds of meters to less than 100. Now, everything is instinct. Inside Vasili's tank, visibility disappears. Smoke, dust, fire. The enemy shot hits the ground. Explosion. The tank lifts, slams down. Everything goes silent for a fraction of a second. Then returns. Hit. The enemy burns. They move forward because there is no other direction. Now, there is no battlefield, only fragments. Tanks moving blindly. Infantry caught between them. Aircraft screaming overhead. Inside the tank, impact after impact. The loader slips, drops a shell. For a second, he freezes. Too long. Sasha! He snaps back, loads, but his hands are worse now. Inside, fear has finally entered. Mihai moves through smoke. He does not know where his squad is, or if they are still alive. He hears breathing, not his. He turns, fires. The figure drops. The smoke clears. Another Soviet. Hit. He freezes. But only for a moment, because the battle does not stop. A tank ahead, engulfed in flames, still moving, tracks grinding forward. Inside, they are alive, and they are choosing not to stop. Vasili passes it. Heat floods his tank. The air becomes unbearable. For a moment, he cannot breathe. Then, he forces it and continues. The battle slows, not by command, by limit. Engines fail. Shots fade. Men stop. Not dead, finished. The smoke lifts slowly. The field reveals itself. Destroyed tanks everywhere. Burning. Broken. Still. Aircraft wrecks scattered across the land. Dead animals. Destroyed houses. Crushed fields. Bodies between machines. No formations. No lines. Only impact. Vasili steps out of the tank. Mihai walks alone. Anton never returns. The wind moves the grass, as if nothing happened. But everything has changed. Kursk did not end the war. But after this, there was no going back.